In this video, we will draw the clock cut plan together. So from a blank document, I'm first going to make sure that my dynamic input is turned off. So to do that, customization needs to be opened. Make sure there's a check mark next to dynamic input, and make sure that the button is off in the status bar. So I'm ready to draw my first rectangle. My first rectangle, the length, as I can see by this long dimension, is 22 inches long. And then my width over here, 7 1/4. Those are going to be my coordinates for the second point. I'm going to start my rectangle and immediately type 0, 0, enter for a start point. Now I'm going to type 22, 7-1/4. Enter. So that's the entire outer perimeter of my drawing. Nothing can be outside of that rectangle. I'm going to explode that and then start using my smaller offset distances to create vertical lines going across the piece. So I've got 4.5, then 1/8, 4.5, 1/8, 5 1/4, 1/8, and 6. Those 1/8 of an inch gaps are very important because that's the same width as the saw blade we will use to cut the piece. I'm going to find my explode button, click on my rectangle, and then press enter. Now I'll go to offset and type my distance 4.5, enter. On the left side of the rectangle, move my mouse to the right, click again, and then escape. I've got to keep going back and forth between my offset distances. So I'll click offset again. This time I'm typing 1/8, enter. My new line, make sure you're offsetting to the right, and escape. I'm just going to repeat this process. Okay, I have all my vertical lines in place. Let's take a look at the horizontal lines. From the top down, I have 2 1/4, and from the bottom up, 4.5. 2.25 from the top down, and 4.5 from the bottom up. Now those lines don't go all the way across. I can see that they stop right here at that last double line. So I'm going to go to my trim tool, and I'm going to trim out those couple sections. Okay, I've got a 5 1/4 offset from the bottom on the right side. Now that line goes all the way across as well, but I don't want it to. So I'm going to trim all of those out. Okay, looks good. Next on the list would be to put in text for all of my pieces. Now we're going to have to make the title block 2.5 times larger. So we're going to have to make the text 2.5 times larger than normal. And to do that, we're going to do a little bit of math. Standard text size is 1/8. We're going to multiply 1/8 by 2.5. That's going to give us a decimal to use for our text. If you type calc, you'll have a nice calculator that'll come up. So we're going to do 1 divided by 8 equals and then we're going to multiply that by 2.5. So that gives us 0.3125. 0.3125. All right, we're going to go into our annotation menu, A with the paintbrush, and we're going to change our height to 0.3125. Apply and close. Okay, now we're going to grab our multi-line text tool, zoom in a bit. Let's drag a box right in the middle of that piece. And this should be in all caps. Oops. Caps lock on. Front. Great. And then what I like to do, instead of drawing all these separate text boxes, I just use the copy tool. Select copy. Choose what I want to copy and press enter. Click on it. And then I just drop that in every box. Looks like I forgot one line in the middle there. That's 2 5/8. So let's get that real quick with my offset tool, setting it to 2-5/8, enter. And I'm going to bump over that line and then trim the bottom of it. All right, that looks better. Now you can edit all of these fronts to say what they're supposed to say: back, top, bottom. Double click on that text. Okay, now we need to rotate this word so that it is vertical. I'm going to find the rotate button, select that, click on the word you want to rotate and enter. And let's click somewhere for a base point, and then I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees. Okay, we need to signify all of our scrap material with these slanted lines. Those are called a hatch pattern. So I'm going to find my hatch button and then click on all of the inner parts that you wish to be scrap material. And enter. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to include my dimensions, all the dimensions you see here in blue. So before I start, I'm going to click on Annotation, below the A with the paintbrush, clicking on Dimension Style. I'll click on Modify, Primary Units tab, and I'm going to change decimal to fractional. OK, and close. Now I can grab my linear dimension tool, not the dimension tool. Don't click on dimension, but I want you to click on linear. This will let you click on 2 points that I want to measure between. Click once, pull down and place. Linear dimension tool again. Click once, pull down and place. Make sure you're zooming in so you know that you're clicking on the right places. All of these intersections. Okay, all of the horizontal ones are done. I do a vertical dimension. Okay, I believe that is all of them. Last but not least, I'm going to insert my title block. So I'll click on the Insert button. I'm still in the Home tab. I did not click on the Insert tab. I'm going to click on the Insert button and go to Blocks from Libraries. Here it's kind of coming up with some suggestions, but we are going to choose our own. So in the drop-down menu here, let's browse block libraries. And then you should be looking in your industrial tech folder. So your H drive, your ID number drive, industrial tech folder, and your title block should be waiting for you there. Open, and that'll load it into the block library. There we go. You can double click on that. And that'll attach it to your cursor. Now you might notice this is not large enough. So before you click, come down here to the command bar and click Scale. 2.5, enter. That should be large enough. We'll place that. Yours should have text. So you would then need to explode your title block. Enter. If you need to fix any text, you can double click on the text and kind of resize your text boxes. You're going to need to put in the title, clock cut plan, the date, and the activity number. Okay, let's get this ready to print. I'm going to click on my plot print icon. I'm going to select my printer plotter name. Now I have a lot of options, but your option should be the longest printer name that has CAD in the name. This one here. Okay, what to plot? We want to change that to extents. And then click center the plot and preview. Your drawing should fill the page. Again, you should have all kinds of text down here, but I did not fill mine out. You can press print from here, or you can cancel and go fix something. That is the clock cut plan.